Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you a really quick, easy, delicious homemade cinnamon bun recipe. And it's a lot easier than doing the original one where you have to do the yeast and let it rise and all that stuff. So I'm going to make the middle here with the brown sugar and everything. So I have 2/3 a cup of brown sugar. I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of regular granulated sugar. Put it in here like this. I'm going to do some cinnamon here, about 2 teaspoons. I like mine really cinnamony. Cinnamony? Is that a word? I like a lot in there. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of ground clove. It's just going to add a little spiciness to it, about 1/8 of a teaspoon, just like that. So now I melted 7 tablespoons of butter here. And I already have a pan here that I'm just going to go ahead and just brush the sides of them like this, because we don't want them sticking to this. Just brush just a little bit. Just like that. Perfect. Now the rest goes right into the mixture here. This is going to act like a glue almost to keep it all together. So now you can either use your fingers or you can use a fork. I'm going to opt for the fork. Just go ahead and mix it all together just like this. It's going to look like wet sand almost. This is the consistency you want because you want to spread it out over the dough. Just like that. Perfect. Oh, if there's any chunks, try and get those out. You don't want to bite into a big chunk of brown sugar. Okay. Perfect. So now, go ahead and set this aside. We're going to make the dough. Let's see. Now we're going to use 3 tablespoons of sugar in here. Perfect. Maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Whatever. Add this to it. Then we have baking soda and baking powder. I'm going to use 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Now we're using baking soda and baking powder because we're not going to use yeast. So we need something to let it rise. And then we need 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. Now don't substitute if you're missing baking powder or you're missing baking soda. You have to make sure you have the right amounts of these because they act differently. Okay. Let's see here. Oh, I need a little tiny teaspoon of salt. Just like this. I'm going to do about 3 cups of all-purpose flour here. I'm going to make sure you level it off so you get the right amount. Just like this. This is going to make about 9 cinnamon buns, by the way. And this is a great, easy recipe. If you have people in town, you can make this before. Store the dough, and then do it right before they come. Perfect. Now we want to make sure we stir this all together in case there's any clumps in the flour or anything like that. I'm just going to get a fork and just whisk it together really quick. Alright, perfect. So just make sure everything's all incorporated. And now, I'm going to do 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. This is going to add a little tangy flavor to it. Trust me, you don't want to skimp on this. 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. We're also going to use some of the buttermilk for the glaze. Love buttermilk. Okay. 1 1/4 cup. Perfect. Now I'm just going to go ahead and move some of the stuff out of the way because we're going to be kneading it here a little bit. So now I just have a big spoon. I'm just going to mix it together until everything's all incorporated. I'm going to make sure that you don't over mix this because it makes the dough kind of tough and not so soft, and that's what we want. I want a nice soft bun here. Now, as soon as you see it coming together like that, is when you go in with your hands. Trying to get it all off there. Make sure your hands are clean. Alright, so I just put a little bit of flour on our surface here. We're just going to knead this for a little bit. Now if it feels like it's really sticky, add some more flour to it. Shouldn't take much, but just until you can feel that it's not sticking to you as much is what you want. There we go. Perfect. Just knead it like this. What you do is you just fold it and knead it down. Oh, needs a little bit more. Just knead it just like this. Perfect. Alright, so now, once you're ready, you want to kind of pat it into a little mini rectangle almost right now. I'm just going to go ahead and reflour the surface a little bit more. So we're going to roll it out, just like that. This just prevents it from sticking onto the surface of your counter. Okay, sprinkle a little here with your rolling pin. Put a little bit of powder on there, or flour on there. And now we're going to roll it out to about a 12 by 9 rectangle here. Now if you need help visualizing what 12 by 9 is, it's about a baking pan. So you want it about like that. So you're going to roll it out. You want to make sure you roll it out evenly. Constantly just be turning it. There you go. Now, if you feel like it's sticking to your rolling pin, add a little bit more of the powder, of the flour, powder. Okay, that looks almost about good. A little bit more. Perfect. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't worry if it's, you're missing a little chunk over here, a little there. No problem. It's going to turn out beautiful no matter what. Trust me, once you smother it with that buttermilk glaze, you'll be fine. All right, so once it's like this, go ahead, put our cinnamon, brown sugar, butter filling. What I just like to do is just go like this and just spread it all around. All right, so this is just about done. This looks beautiful. Look at that. Get a little bit on there. Just make sure you get all of it off. Just like that. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to roll it up. Don't worry about it not being perfect. Just want to start like this. Want to get the lip of this up, just like that. And then working your way. Just do like that. Perfect. See, you want to fold it back over and kind of just pinch this together. Like that. Right. Look at that. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of push it together. You want nice tight rolls. Nice tight cinnamon buns. Beautiful. So now it's time to cut. I'd like to just maybe trim the edge off here. Strictly just for looks. Alright, so let's see how many we want to do. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. That looks good to me. I like nice big cinnamon buns. Now you want to make sure you use a serrated knife or else it's going to be hard to cut into it. Alright, so you want to go ahead and just cut on through here. As you can see, look at that. These are going to be some big old buns, just like I like it. Perfect. Alright, I'm so excited. Everyone's going to love these. So now, what I did here is I just left a little lip of aluminum foil so when they're hot, I can just take them out. So now when you stand them up, you want to kind of smush them down a little bit. There we go. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put them in here. Look how beautiful these look. And they're heavy from all that brown sugar and butter. right, into the pan, or into the oven they go. Let them get nice and golden brown. They're gonna puff up. It's gonna be really good. Now your oven is preheated at 425. You're gonna be in there until they get a nice little golden brown, about 25 minutes. All right, so these are all done. And they smell amazing. Let's go ahead and put them over here. Let them cool down. I'm so excited. Now I'm going to show you how to make the glaze. Nice buttermilk cream cheese glaze. So what we have here, about 1.5 tablespoons of cream cheese. To that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of buttermilk. And I'll whisk this together so it gets creamy. Alright, so it might look a little like cottage cheese, but don't worry. Once you add the powdered sugar, it'll smooth it out. So we have 3/4 cup of powdered sugar here. Go ahead and just mix this, mix it all together. Try and get it out of your whisk here. Just like this. Just whisk it until it's all smooth. Now you don't want to add any more liquid because then it's going to get too liquidy, and we want it to stick on the top of these cinnamon buns. Perfect. That's what you want. Alright, so let's go ahead and look over here. They look amazing. Let's go ahead and try and transfer them. Oh yeah. Amazing. Actually, you know what? Let's flip them over. No, let's not. Just like that. Beautiful. Woo! They're hot. I'm gonna let them cool just a second. And these are so rustic and homemade looking. No one's gonna think that you bought anything. They're gonna know that you made these from scratch. Look at those. Yum! Alright. Now I'm gonna let these cool just for a minute here before we put the frosting on. Alright, so these look amazing. I'm going to go ahead and just drizzle this all over them. Just like that. Oh my god, these look amazing. Can't wait. My mom has the biggest sweet tooth. She's going to just devour these as soon as she looks at them. I'm going to go ahead and put them all over. Just run over the sides and just be very generous with this. Look at this. See, this is almost as easy as just popping open a Grand's little thing and popping them into the oven. These are amazing and homemade. And everyone's gonna love them. All right, look at these. Homemade cinnamon buns. Very easy. My quick recipe, which I think is just as easy as the yeasty take forever recipe. I hope you like it.